time. That one time we had him on the show, it was a fantastic time, but we had some technical difficulties. So now I'm hoping we don't have the technical difficulties. Everything goes through, everything clear. And while we're waiting, we got about 2 minutes here, and this is 86.5 Loco. I need to tell you that we do have a website in the works. We have a website in the works. It will be called 2locoradionetwork.com. It is not ready as of yet. It should be ready not too long. And also, I wanted to give a big shout out to Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, through their band submission, we have so many bands that want to be on the show. We normally have so many anyway, but not like this sheer amount. And if you haven't, please on Facebook, search for 2 Local Radio and like our page if you can. This is Ray Ray, and I am still waiting. Well, not still, because they will arrive shortly. I'm waiting on Code 43. In the meantime, we're going to play The Girl Nobody Wanted by Code 43. I'm sure they're going to pop in any minute now.
We just got off out of our where we were at right now. We apologize for being late.
That's not a problem. Once again, this is Code 43. Who are we speaking with tonight?
This is Josh and Moses. That's Moses back there. We were shooting porn. We're done with our filming. Now here we are.
Exactly. Well, like I said, y'all are doing, the Warped Tour and everything else. So, I mean, being, fashionably late isn't a huge deal. I mean, you are, huge on the indie circuit. You just had a label and now you're working on, getting either another label or, doing things yourself, correct?
Yeah, we just got out of an indie label trying to move on to one from Europe, based out of the Netherlands actually. And we're working on an album, working on setting up some tour dates and stuff like that. And we should be on the road soon, bringing rock and roll back out.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, y'all have done like everything as far as a punk rock band. Everybody talks about Blink 182, and you know what? I heard your songs and everything, and seeing that you're everywhere, and the fact that you got to play with a bunch of metal bands on the Warped Tour alone says a lot.
I think we said it before. When it comes to Warped Tour, we realize that it's all the same as far as the musicians. The music's different. Whatever you play on stage is what you play, but when you get off stage, we pretty much all the same people. We're all dirty degenerates who are starving.
Well, yeah. Well, I understand what you're saying, but I think that's humbling because honestly, most bands, that are not, of that genre wouldn't get the time of day. And the fact that you all did and that you make an impression, just says so much. It says, okay, yeah, we're not metal, but we're still going to rock. And if you don't like it, it's too bad. But I understand on your end, music is music and y'all are doing what you have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, we play music that makes us happy. And we won't bend over backwards for anybody, whether it's a label or whether it's the pressure of anybody telling us what they want or what they hope they can hear from us. But we play what we want, we do what we want, and it works for us. So far, so good.
Exactly. I mean, that's got to be the life, though. The take no prisoners and take no shit and still get done what you need to get done. I mean, you've been, as far as your videos, over on Fuse and, MTV and everything, and you all really rock. I mean, what is for people that did not get to listen to the interview? And I do apologize. First time that we were talking, we actually had an internet issue, so it actually cut out in the middle of the interview.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
You guys had some pretty bad storms out there, right?
Correct.
Yes, we do.
How is it now?
It's beautiful now. It's beautiful. You're not going to get cut out. And plus, we have, a professional grade internet running right now. We're running off 80 megs. You're not getting cut out.
No, the only thing it is humid here. That's it.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that last part.
Only thing it is here right now is humid.
Oh, it's humid out there?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're spoiled, Los Angeles. We have every day. I think it's actually been a little hotter than usual, but our hot is nice at 95.
But see, you guys get the breeze from off of the ocean. There's no ocean here to give us that breeze, so that's the unfortunate.
Yeah, and then when you guys get breezes, you guys get tornadoes. That's no good.
Nah, those are not fun.
Yeah, no, not fun at all. But we like the Midwest. That is one thing, though, that we liked. You know, we were from L.A., so we never really saw any weather. But as soon as we went out there, out in Tennessee and Missouri, Kansas, all the states out there, we got to see rain and thunder and lightning, things you really don't really get to see out here. So it was actually kind of cool at first. You know, after a while, it got a little scary. But I mean, we enjoyed it sometimes.
Oh, come down in the areas where there's snowstorms when it snows.
We've done that too. We've done Oklahoma and northern Texas. Yeah, we've been in pretty much every type of weather situation you can imagine.
All right, so I remember, last time we were speaking and whatnot, you were telling us a bit, what your songs are about and everything. Why don't we rewind a little bit, and why don't you tell the new people that are listening, what $100 Bail is about and where you came up with that concept?
$100 Bail was a semi-true, what's the word? We went to Mexico a long time ago, and we kind of got really, really drunk because when you go play in another country, they give you whatever you want for free. So they gave us a lot of Mexican beer, and we played our show, and it was incredible. And we didn't really get arrested. Well, we never actually almost got arrested. Well, we kind of almost did. So we embellished a little bit in $100 Bail, and we basically told a story about getting arrested, and this was definitely one of our funny songs, where we wanted to just kind of have fun with it, and the reason we wrote this song was in a way because we remembered the story for us, but at the same time we realized that if we ever did make a music video for it, which we did, we would be able to to have a lot to put up on the screen.
Exactly. That's the thing, though. You take all the stereotypes, and you're like, well, wait a second, that's not us.
Yeah. You know what? The stereotype stuff was, we speak Spanish, of being Mexican descent. So we, out here in LA, we like to drink a little bit and whatever. So we just threw a little bit of Spanish in there, but it was just for fun. It wasn't, it's not something that we do. Like any of our other songs don't have any Spanish in them. But sometimes we've had a little bit of pressure of putting some Spanish. But we just do, like we told you before, we do what we do and we take no prisoners. And $100 Bail was just a good old fun song. Your band sucks. I know who that is. Is that Moses? Yeah, I'm calling on the other phone. That's Moses on the other line. He's so far away from me. I haven't seen him in weeks. Where you been, man? Sitting right behind you. You fucking suck at driving.
Well, welcome, Moses. Welcome.
He's in the car. He's actually in the back seat. on his own phone. He thinks my phone sucks, which it does, and he's looking at me. Well, I am not driving. My sister is.
Okay, so how do you guys feel that USA lost today?
As part of life.
Exactly.
You know, we not big into soccer. I admit. I think most of the country admits that, but it does get rather exciting, for sure.
And for those joining us, we are with Code 43, Josh and Moses, which Moses is in the back seat.
He is really, literally, I wish there was a way to broadcast this on, like, Skype or something. And he is right in the back seat on his own phone. I have to look at him.
You know, it's a luxury that, you know, that we have in this era, 2014.
Exactly. Remember back, 10, 15 years ago, there wasn't no such thing as cell phones.
You know, I think about that all the time, especially bands. Every single band nowadays, I'm talking about from the bands to the bandwagons to the tour buses, everybody uses GPS. We just do not know how some of these bands found some of those hard-to-find venues. Like, it's easy to find cities because you can just go on the interstate, no big deal. But some venues that we've been to when we first started were so hard to find, there was no way. If there was no GPS, there was no way.
Actually, there was GPS. It was called a fucking map. You looked at it.
Oh, you got that right.
You looked at it. There was grids on it, and you'd kind of, with your fingers, kind of like, zoom in a little on where you were trying to go. You remember those days?
You switch the web pages.
Just turn the page.
Ah, ooh, fancy.
Yeah. Whoever used maps anyway. I used to get lost all the time unless I memorized the place.
Fancy. How did you watch porn back then, Mr. Fancy?
I'd watch my mom and dad.
There you go.
Well, we do know this Code 43, Josh and Moses. They are, very outspoken, and if you looked at their video, they've got everything from blow-up dolls to you name it.
I think that's cool, guys.
Well, we didn't have very many friends, so we had to take our own.
I don't care. I think that's cool as hell. I got a kick out of that. I was cracking up.
And that's the world famous Chrissy D.
Yeah. The sheets. I think I told we took her. She was expensive. She was like $50. She was actually part of the budget of the video. When they wrote the budget, there was right there in writing.
Did you have a name for her?
The director had to go buy it, so he said he went over to the sex stop. I mean the sex shop in New York City, and he had to pay for it. And then when he showed up, he said it was the most embarrassing thing because he's a really good kid. He was about, I think that director was about, he was young. He was like 29 or something, and he said he had never been to a sex shop before, so he went and bought a blow-up doll. And yeah, it was funny. But anyway, she made it all the way. She made it to the video, then she made it all the way to Houston, Texas. She went crowd surfing, and they popped her.
Did you at least give her a proper name and a proper burial?
Say that again.
I said, did you at least give her a proper name and a proper burial?
What's her name? Moses, are you there? What was her name? Do you remember?
For the blow doll?
I don't know. I think I called her. Every time I broke up with a girlfriend, I would just call her that. She was blonde, and she was brunette. She was everything.
The all-in-one.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't remember her name. I don't think we gave her a name. I really don't think we gave her a name. We didn't care to know her name. We just used her up.
Hey, is it weird? Is it weird that I'm jerking off in the back seat?
I'm not looking, I swear.
See, I'd say so.
That's not weird. We're brothers. It's not weird when you're family.
All right. Well, it looks like we lost one.
Yeah, I think he dropped the call. He's calling back. Don't worry. Anybody out there, tell your friends to call in and we'll talk about whatever you want.
So, what's going on, as far as the future? What are y'all working on currently?
The album, music is the key. We're working on the third album, which will be our third studio album. And we have quite a few songs completed. We just need to finish them. We're still in pre-production. This is the longest we've taken to make an album, but we feel that this is the best one. This is we want our third one to be our real good one. You know what I mean? But yeah, we feel that it's coming along real good. It's just it's a process, and hopefully we will finish that by July. So this month I think. Yeah, I think it's July today. Yeah, we'll finish it by sometime at the end of the month, hopefully. Maybe even August. We'll see what happens. You can't rush art. It's like sex. You rush it, and actually, it's nothing like sex. But anyway.
There you go.
But anyway, we'll finish that up, and hopefully we'll be on the tour in the fall, and hopefully, if all goes well, we will be on the band's Warped Tour in 2015.
Oh, good.
Nice. So why don't you tell everybody that missed last time, that especially over here because Christy D didn't hear it. How did you get the crowd that was not into your music? This is a very interesting story.
That was my brother's story. We went to he's going to call right now and he's going to tell you the story. Because you got to keep in mind, when it comes to Warped Tour, you do anything you can to stick out. There's literally 70 bands a day on Warped Tour. There's 10 stages, 70 bands. Obviously, the main stage bands get more of the recognition because, they're the headliners. So as a smaller band, you have to stand out. And there's one time, I don't know if he's on listening.
There's one time the band camp. What happened?
Don't give it away yet.
Oh. Go ahead, tell the story.
We were on New York City. It happened actually a bunch of times, but I think this time New York or Kansas City. Kansas City.
Well, no, look, it's because what happened was that the diversity at that particular show in New York had a bunch of metal bands, and here we are, this pop punk band from California, and so we were kind of just like, shit, what are we gonna do to get a crowd? Everyone's gonna laugh at us or talk shit, and so I had a blonde girl with me, and I was like, okay, I need to talk to you. So I was like, look, we're going to start off with La Bamba. Yeah, we're Mexicans. It's typical, I guess. I guess they should have expected it. And I told her, I was like, look, we're going to start playing La Bamba, and you're going to take off your
tits up.
you're gonna take off your bra, and you're going to dance and shake your tits. And so sure enough, I mean, she was like, all right, fine, fuck it. She took a little shot of whiskey we had, on stage. We start playing La Bamba, and I go on the mic before I start singing. I'm like, all right, we're not the biggest band. We might not even be the best band, and we might not even be the best-looking guys out there on Warped Tour. But how many bands do you know on Warped Tour that has tits on stage right in your face? And so I started playing, and sure enough, those tits popped out. And I kid you not, everybody just turned around and ran to the stage. I think it was more girls than guys, but still.
Wow.
Like this.
They're probably
And
shocked.
I mean, it
Oh my God.
it was definitely epic because, I mean, it was just, I've never seen tits on Warped Tour, and whoever's listening, I'm pretty sure they've never seen tits. Well, maybe they have, but yeah. Now that I think about it, I probably should have got in trouble for it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm really surprised we didn't get in trouble. Those are the kinds of things that at the time seemed like a good idea. A lot of things happen, which Warped Tour. It seems like a good idea to blow up fireworks in a parking lot, and it's going to be fun. Oh, no, you're not. That's like one of the biggest get kicked off the tour thing, popping fireworks in the parking lot. He's not it. Kevin Lyman is not into that. So it's one of those, whipping tits out is one of those things where it sounds like a great idea, and then you totally get called into a meeting for it. We need to talk to you guys.
Well, yeah, you got to think about it. There's a bunch of like 14-year-old dudes.
we just put a bunch of 50-year-old boys at first boners.
Hey, you know what? So what? I mean, that's harmless.
Yeah, and you pop the blow up doll's cherry.
Right.
It's harmless until you poke someone with it.
It's harmless until somebody's eye goes out.
I think that's harmless. If the
well, good. Hey, what's your name?
No big deal.
So, hypothetical, just because y'all are crazy. If you were on the same stage as Blink 182 and y'all were trying to outdo yourself, how would you outdo the band that went around streaking?
Oh.
I think I would just take a shit.
Well, hold on. No, we got to think about something what would you really do? I don't know. I think the best way to outdo them, I don't know, that's a good question. I would have to think about that. I think probably the best way to outdo them is to prank them. Because I've heard they prank bands pretty good. When it's near the end of the tour, they'll go out and they'll actually cut the power or something like that. Something crazy like that. Blink is known to do that, but I don't know. I would have to think about that. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know how you all prank Blink. Besides they're veterans, and if we were on their tour, we probably wouldn't prank them because they're probably the ones. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's like, should we prank them? Should we not? I don't know. I think I would prank them on stage before I thought about pranking them on stage.
So what other punk bands have you played with?
We've played with like bands like the Casualties, which are up from the East Coast. We've played with the Ataris. I mean, there's, you name it. I mean, being privileged enough to be on Warped Tour, you get to play with like 80 of your favorite bands that you grew up listening to. So it's you kind of kill a bunch of birds with one stone.
That's awesome.
As a matter of fact, me and Josh, Moses and Josh, we got invited to come out to Warped Tour last week in Ventura, California, because we have all our buddies, in the production, and they put us on the guest list, and sure enough, Linkin Park goes on stage. And I'm like, Linkin Park playing on Warped Tour? Can you imagine how crazy it was to have a band like Linkin Park?
Crazy, I'm sure. What do you guys like to do on your time off when you're not performing or writing new songs? What do you guys like to do on your downtime?
I'm a megastar super athlete. I play sports.
Cool.
Really, I like hockey. Hockey's my shit. I'm big into hockey. I like to play hockey. That's it.
Yeah, I'm on spare time. Honestly, believe it or not, you get to a point in like where you want to just take care of yourself, and so the gym, going for long walks on the beach.
There you go. All right. We actually have somebody that came in from El Paso, Texas. Would you like to ask Code 43 a question?
We love El Paso.
I love El Paso. As a matter of fact, I was actually in El Paso. This is Moses speaking. I was actually in El Paso about a month ago, and I went to go hang out with George Lopez. And it was awesome. I love El Paso. Chico's Tacos. If you've ever been to El Paso, you got to go to Chico's Tacos. try to stay away from the border. You could probably get
Your butt
raped
rate.
and your butt penetrated.
Who's there from El Paso? I want to hear them. Who is that?
Who is it?
Somebody said your name.
What?
All
like a
right.
big
Well,
horse
I mean,
now.
it looks like we have with you. We have 3 other callers. 3 other people
nice.
are on the line.
Who's out there? Talk to us. Who goes there?
Amy, who's this?
Hey, this is Josh.
I feel like this is like a
the creepy light or something. This is Josh. Hi, where are you from?
All right. Well, we lost somebody.
I think we got the shy crowd right now.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well,
I guess people were trying out our system here. I don't know.
Amy, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask them?
No? Okay. All right. So last time we talked, you said that you are, friends of, was it Newfound Glory? Is that correct?
Yeah, we did gang vocals on their new record that they're recording as we speak.
And what's it like to be, friends and, tour with Newfound Glory? Because I've heard stories myself.
They are into World Warcraft or what's that card game? What is that card game called? Magic?
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, that shit. They play that all day, and it's the silliest thing. And I don't even know how to play that shit. Like they love that. They're very it's one of those things. I think when you realize as a band that those dudes, like, you see them, but they're nothing like what you think. Like, everyone thinks Rockstar crazy. Oh, they're chill. Ian, the bass player for Newfound Glory, is a good friend of ours, and his thing is they collect. He's a baseball collector. He collects. I take it back. He doesn't collect. He hoards baseball memorabilia. He loves it. He admits it too. Anything he can get his hand on, whether it's some player's old dirty shoes, their old jersey, maybe a hat. Whatever, and I have some friends here in LA at Dodger Stadium, and they give me like old pieces of like chewed up gum, and he'll keep that shit too.
Wow,
it's fun. It's definitely fun touring with those guys. When I look at Newfound Glory, I remember growing up listening to them, and I was like, man, those guys are probably like rock stars, fucking chicks. I mean, probably doing cocaine off a girl's ass, but then you really get to hang out with them in a friendship level, and they're the biggest nerds. They rather sit and play cards and fucking Pokemon, which is totally, rad.
And a couple of them are like new. I think Chad's he's got a girlfriend, and Cyrus just got married. Jordan just got married. Ian has a boyfriend. I don't know.
We actually have new people coming, in the studio. Our other, hosts, I believe they've arrived. So they might have some, questions for you and everything. All right. So, tell us an interesting story, a road story that we haven't heard.
A love story?
A road story.
You fucking kidding me?
Road story, a love story I got is in my bunk with myself.
Oh, I thought he said a love story. I was like, shit, a love story? Or a
story between you guys, or what do you want to know?
It don't matter, guys, girls. It don't matter. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are on Too Loco, so people it don't surprise people.
A road story. Well, look, there's a few road stories. You know what? Some good road stories is when I'll never forget. I'm sitting in a tour bus driving through New York City, and I look around, and it's like 5 in the morning, and the sun's coming up, and we're driving right through the middle of downtown New York, like Manhattan, in a tour bus, and I'll never forget. I look around, man, and I stretch my arms, and I'm like, you know what? I think I made it. I think I made it. You know, I officially felt that I actually accomplished something in music. So
Moses, I don't mean to interrupt your shitty story, but I actually got a good story.
Wow.
Check this one out. One time we stopped at a gas station at 12 in the morning and this is during Warped Tour. My brother's driving. This is when we had a van. This is before we had the tour bus. My brother's driving, and we get to the gas station to pump gas like normal, like we always do. And what happens is when you're in a van, as soon as you stop, whether it's a gas station or whatever, everybody jumps. So we went over to the gas station, whatever. So then we all come back, we get in the van, and it's cool. So we're driving about 5 miles down the road. This is like 1 or 2 in the morning. And then my brother looks at me and goes, "Is Ricky James in the van?" Which is our drummer. And we're driving, and some shit. Or you remember where it was?
Yeah, your phone's starting to sound like shit, but I'll finish the story. So we're driving, and I asked him, I'm like, "Hey, is Ricky James in the vehicle?" And I'm like, "Ricky James, are you there?" And I don't hear him. So then I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then, I turn on the light. I turn on the lights, and I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And I honestly thought that I ran over our drummer. We couldn't find him anywhere.
Oh, no.
And so then it's like, I'm like, well, where is he? So we start calling his phone, and his phone starts ringing in the vehicle. And so we're like, the hell? So we try calling, and we try to see if, we drive back to the gas station to look for him. Nothing. Don't know where he's at. He's not in the vehicle. We're in the middle of who knows where. It gets to a point where it's like, I tell my brother Josh, I'm like, should we call the cops?
Dude, he thought, this is no joke. He thought he killed him. He goes, "I felt a bump." I was like, "Dude, I didn't feel anything." He was like, "I think we ran him over." So we drove, and we didn't know where we were. We drove all the way around. I can't even remember where the hell we were. In the dark, in the woods. You guys know how hard to get on the roads out there. And we pulled over in a gas station, and we went back to the gas station, and we asked, "Did you see anybody?" And they were like, no. We traced up steps looking for a body. We didn't find anything.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. No, I mean, I was going to ask where did they find them, but.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Sorry. No. I was going to ask. That's what I was going to ask him, but.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. But yeah, in the end, we showed up to the venue the next day, and luckily another band had in their tour bus had pulled up, and he jumped into their bus. And the next day he was pissed. He was like, "You guys left me for the gas station."
Wow.
Yeah, but at least we didn't kill him, so that's good.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, this is Tempo. I always show up late everywhere I'm at. I know what's this interview going on for almost an hour, 45 minutes. But yeah. Hey, but no, this is Tempo. If you don't mind, we were going to have an interview with you. I believe it was like last week, and some things didn't fall through right. But one email that I got from a lot of listeners is, how did y'all come up with the name Cold 43?
You really wanted to?
What was that?
We had started and my brother Josh and our drummer at the time would pick me up from school, and I was still in high school. Well, no, actually, no, I don't know if I was in high school. Maybe I was. But they would pick me up, and they would always have 40-ounce beers. And so we were trying to think of like a band name. And so one day we just got really fucked up, and we were just like, okay,
you know, what's a good band name? You know, the Queers, or which was already taken.
The pair of balls.
You know, we couldn't think of anything, and so we were just like, so it got to the point where we were just all fucking drunk, and we're like, well, look, these 40s are good, you know. And then it was kind of just clicked. We're like, 40s? Man, that sounds kind of cool, like a cool band name, like Cold 40. And then we were like, well, there's 3 of us, and so it was just kind of like, well, Cold 43, and that's kind of how it happened. We were drinking.
Yeah, our band is named after beer.
Cool.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, and by the way, this is Snow next to me. Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
you know, after listening to some of your music and even you got a couple of videos there on YouTube, has anyone told you all that you play a lot like and sound a lot like Blink-182?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah. That's Tempo's favorite band. I was following them before they were even Blink-182. So.
Oh, we love them. We when we first were getting out there, we were lucky. Now we followed them on their tour, selling CDs. That's how we're very, even though we were an indie label, we were very a DIY band. And one of the things that we did is we followed Blink-182 on their national tour, and we sold CDs in line. We didn't get to play; we just sold CDs on the national tour. That means that we would arrive every day at the venue, sell CDs in the parking lot to all their fans. Then we would, we would sell pretty much for like 8 or 9 hours. Then we would sneak into every single venue and watch Blink-182 play every night. Then we'd leave. We'd get out of the show. We would sell more CDs to people getting out of the venue, a few more. Because sometimes it was a great accomplishment. Sometimes after you were done, that you could still sell 1 or 2 more. That's an extra $20, $30. So it was always, if we could only just sell a couple more, we get an extra, And we did that for their whole reunion tour. And
the reunion.
Yeah, 2009.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, and that's how we kind of got discovered, and that's how we got on playing Warped Tour. They were like, "Oh, these guys are."
How long have y'all been together? I mean, as far as
2007.
Since when?
Since 2007.
2007. Awesome.
Yeah, we've just been working hard, and now we're hardly working.
That was very creative what you did, though. A lot of people wouldn't think like that.
Yeah, well, we had finished our own tour. I mean, we were on the road. I kid you not, we were on the road 6 straight months and playing venues all over the country. We got home, and this is exactly what happened. We got home to Los Angeles. We looked up Blink-182. We knew, and then we heard, I think on the radio, here in the radio station in LA and K-Rock, we heard that the Blink-182 was on tour. So one of us said, hey, let's go follow Blink on their tour. And we had been home like 10 minutes. And we packed up on the very next day and drove 2 days to Kansas City to catch up with them there.
Well, yep. Some real dedication there, right, boys?
That's some very big dedication.
Yeah, we were on the road for 6 months, and then we were home for 1 day, and we're back on the road for another 3.
All right, so right now I think we're gonna play some 100. Y'all still here,
Yo,
guys?
yo.
Absolutely. What's up? What's up, Nat?
I'm going to the bathroom. Yo. That was my rap, by the way.
That's so weird that we're like on 2 different phones doing this radio interview. I can hear him taking a shit, and I'm over here.
I'm not in the bathroom. I'm not taking a shit. He's full of shit. They hung up on us.
No, we're still here. We're still here. We're not.
Are you guys just entertained listening to?
Did you guys have a ride at the poop jokes? No more poop jokes.
You know what, guys? We don't care. When you come on, you can say and do whatever you want.
Okay, Cruz, I'm gonna shit my ass right now.
Hey, what happens if I start jerking off on the radio and you can actually?
What's up with this guy and jerking off?
I tell you what, if you start jerking off, I'm gonna start fucking a chicken. So
Is that what you guys do in Tennessee?
yeah, damn right. Listen, hey, listen to the show, and I guarantee you, Tempo says it not once, but probably 5 times. So there I was, knee deep in a chicken.
I
was a fat ass chicken.
Be knee deep, son. Hey, no, your band. I mean, like I said, Blink-182 is seriously. It's been. I'd say it's probably been my favorite band for 15 years, and I was following them before they went by Blink-182. But do y'all have like anything like? Do you have like a tour, or are y'all working on like possibly a new song or a new album?
Yeah. Album in the summer. By the end of the summer, or maybe mid-August, we're taking our time with it, trying to do things right. We signed an indie deal with a label out of the Netherlands, and they're talking about us possibly going to Europe in the fall. And there's a good possibility that we're in discussions right now, negotiations to hopefully be on Warped Tour next year, which will be our big thing. But if we do that, we're working on a small U.S. tour that would probably include a lot of the South, into Florida. So obviously, Tennessee would be part of it. But that won't be till maybe after the winter.
That'll be. Warped Tour is generally like.
Yeah, Warped Tour is happening right now, but that's this year. We were on Warped Tour in 2010, 2011, and 2012. So the way that tour works is, the reason it's so successful is because bands do it maybe once or twice in a row, and then they bring in, and they keep bringing in fresh blood. You got to keep it fresh, or else people stop caring. That's what happened with Ozfest and Lollapalooza. Those tours were good, but they used to have kind of a lot of the same bands. So people stopped kind of giving a shit. They stopped caring, and they were like, "Oh, fuck that! I already saw it." So you got to keep changing it up, and that's why World Tour works, because it goes to every city, most every city, and it's different every year. So we did 3 years in a row. We've taken a 2-year break. This would be our 2nd year, and hopefully, like I said, we'll be on next year, and that'll be our 4th year, which actually gives us the distinguished. We're veterans of Warped Tour.
What? Just for the listeners, what towns or cities in the South does Warped Tour go through?
They go through Charlotte. I'll go from that way in Atlanta, Charlotte. They do Jacksonville, Orlando, and Miami. Kinda. They do. What do we do for Nashville? I can't remember what we do for Nashville, Moy. They don't go to Nashville, but they get Kentucky. Kentucky's just right there, right? I believe I can't remember everything. But
I know
think
Kentucky Fried Chicken is right down the street.
There you go.
Yo, who said chicken? I believe the Tennessee show, we do it in Kentucky. I think the city's I just can't remember, to be honest, but it's right across the border. It's like right there. But anyway, we do what else do we do? We don't do Arkansas or Louisiana. It kind of baffles me that they don't do New Orleans, but I guess it's not the right music for that town. But I guess we're right. Charlotte, Atlanta, three cities in Florida. Cincinnati's already more mid, but we do St. Louis. I've seen kids at the St. Louis Warped Tour and the Louisville. I know we've been to Louisville from Nashville.
All right, so we're taking up almost an hour of your time. So do you have any final words? And where can people hear your music?
Everything's on iTunes, Spotify. Support us through Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Our Facebook has some music on there. ReverbNation.com. Everything's Cold 43 spelled out. COLDFORTYTHRE. Pure volume. We're setting up our Bandcamp as we speak. And what's the other one? We have a lot. Well, and the good thing is our website, cold43.com, has the links for everything else. Everything's under construction. Like I said, new album, new look. So we're not, there's only so much you can do with this beautiful face, but new album, and we'll be working on the website and updating everything by the fall.
All right, and you said your new album comes out in probably will be.
We're hoping mid-August.
All right. Well, is there any last words you'd like to say to our listening audience?
Well, everybody, thank you for listening, and we definitely missed the road and touring, and we'll be out, and you'll be surprised. For the next record, we're gonna have a lot of guest appearances. A lot of collaborations, so you're in for a surprise. That's why we've taken this whole time off, because we've been working on this kind of on the down low.
Keep it on a down low.
Thank you guys for having us on the radio.
All right. Well, it's been fun, and we've been speaking to Josh and Moses from Cold 43, right. And thank you for joining us on 2 Local Radio. Hope to see you back probably in the fall.
Thank you, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Konnichiwa.
Have yourself a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Good night. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was Cold 43. Keep in tune, because we're doing a comedy show next. And don't forget that tomorrow we have, I can't think of their name, in Cardinine Cove at 4 p.m., and that's going to be a stellar interview because it's coming from England, believe it or not, at 4 p.m. our time. And then we have C Rock out of Queens at 10:30. And then Thursday we have, the great country singer, or up and coming country star, AJ Jensen on Thursday at 10:30. All right, we'll be right back with our comedy show. Have a good night. I hope you all enjoyed the